Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of We Should Have Recorded That with Phil and
Adam.
Hey, Adam.
Hi, Phil. How are you?
Man, we're making it. We're making it happen.
One of these days, I'm just gonna start recording
Uh-huh.
our pre-recording conversations
Okay.
because they're some of the best parts of Tuesday night recording.
Yes.
WSRTwPA recording is
I'm
before
sure.
we actually hit the stuff that the public hears.
Right.
The banter is
Yes.
priceless.
Mm-hmm.
The stories about your life are priceless.
Especially these days, huh?
Especially these days. Yeah. But anyway, let's not get too far off track.
Yes, let's not. So, dear listeners, if you are enjoying our conversation, or even if you missed our conversation last week,
We may have not published an episode last week.
we may not. I'm gonna tell you, we did record one, so you will get, you're gonna have like double because there is an episode waiting to be released, and so that will come out before this one will. But if you are enjoying our conversation, so you get at least expect 2 episodes by Saturday. So if you are enjoying these episodes, please like, subscribe, share all the social media things, and comment. We appreciate your interaction because it's a conversation. It's a conversation.
And we've got. Oh, sorry, my microphone just fell down. Oh, that's going to be hard for you to edit out. I'm sorry. Oh,
It's okay.
Why am I here? Do you see it?
I
I need to find a place to perch the thing. Okay, let's see. Let's just stay there. Okay, I'm back.
All right.
We have, speaking of comments, we received a lovely comment from number one fan Michelle Salvaggio.
We did.
Phil, would you like to share that email with our audience?
I will. So Michelle emailed us and said, I feel like a bad fan because it has been so long since I reached out. So this is me telling you I am still listening and still loving the podcast. Thank you, Michelle. We still love you too, and we gotta have you back on. We gotta figure out when to have you back on.
We should do an Anthony and Michelle Salvaggio episode.
We should do that because we're supposed to. I mean, we're kind of
Yeah.
forecasting, but he's supposed to be on next week, right?
Or is it the week after? Soon, yes.
Soon.
In the month of May, we will be recording
yes.
another episode with Pastor Anthony Salvaggio. Ooh.
Yes.
All right, thoughts. But anyway, let's move on, Phil.
Yes, I will keep on because there's quite a bit to read here. There is so much I could say, but I will stick to the most recent episode. I vote that you have Tim back on soon, and not just because he's my favorite Armenian. Okay, I didn't know he was Armenian. I am certain.
Phil, I actually didn't know that either.
Really?
And he leads my church, like the Bible study that I attend. So now I'm like questioning my whole life. Like, can I really sit under the teaching of an Armenian?
Oh man! Wow, we're really getting into it. We're going deep. Today. I mean, considering the fact that you teach at an Armenian school.
Yes, I do.
Yes, you do. All right, let's keep going. I am certain he has much more to say about the intersection of faith and science. Of course, I found your discussion about science and math education compelling. Effective teaching is obviously something I think about a lot. and I know you do as a principal and as a head of school.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have all the answers, but I know for a fact that a teacher who is passionate about the subject matter is a far better teacher than one who is not.
Amen.
Amen. Amen to that. You are both excellent teachers because you love music so much. Tim helps me understand science and math concepts better because he is passionate about them. His story about his dad at the bowling alley reminds me of the time he started explaining a math concept to Katie during coffee time after church. He drew graphs on a napkin. Wow, yeah.
That's amazing.
It's priceless. I mean, really, like, yeah, like we were talking about during the episode, like really taking that getting that from your parents. I mean, it's from his father, and he's doing it. He's doing the same thing. At any rate, sorry about it being so long since I put my 2 cents in. Love you guys. We love you too.
We love you too, Michelle, and you are forgiven for not writing us in a while because you're still very clearly our number one fan.
Yes. Yes.
Michelle, you may be the only person who listens to this podcast on a weekly basis.
I'm sure we have other people who are listening on a weekly basis. They just haven't reached out.
I don't want to get too off topic since we said tonight would be a shorter episode. But I will say I was telling my parents about our podcast. They've never listened to an episode. But I was telling them about it. And this was just really cute, I thought. So I was telling them something like, I can't even remember why I was telling them about the podcast. But then my dad was like, well, I've got to get in the truck and drive to the another town over. And I said, well, that's the perfect time to listen to a podcast. And he's like, oh yeah, he was making that as his excuse why he couldn't listen to the podcast. Like, I can't listen right now because I've got to get in the truck and drive. And I'm like, well, that's the only time I listen to podcasts is when I'm in the car. And again, this is just really cute. This is just like my parents are of a different generation. And he's like, well, how do I listen in the car? And so I was just like, never mind. Never mind. I don't need to explain how to, download a podcast app and connect your car to Bluetooth to your phone. I did not want to play tech support that evening.
But the thing I have to ask. Oh man, did I just lose I just lost my camera. Can you still hear me?
I can hear you. I cannot see you.
Okay, somebody may be calling me or something. I don't know what just happened, but I have to ask. Does he how old is his car? Like what type of car does he drive?
It's like a Chevy pickup truck. It is old enough that it has a CD player, but not so old that it doesn't have Bluetooth.
Okay.
I know it has Bluetooth.
Okay, so yeah, I was about to say, did he have like a 1930s or a 1950s truck or something like that? One of those ones.
A 1930s era truck around.
I mean, do you have you that? I would want one of those type of trucks because
but that is their everyday vehicle.
Well, I don't know. If you're I know I've met your dad. He's a pretty rugged guy, I mean, he may.
All right, Phil.
So he may drive.
All right, I love this.
Anyway,
dear audience, Phil met my dad and thought he was the kind of person who would drive a truck from the 1930s. This should tell you something.
Those trucks don't die. Even when they do, you can bring them back to life. That's old. Those old cars, they don't die. The parts, you can remake. Anyway, so This is we're gonna start talking about automobiles on this episode.
All right, yes, yeah, right. What's that? What's that great NPR show? Car Talk.
Car talk, yeah.
Yeah, this is gonna become Car Talk pretty soon.
Right. But anyway, that does segue into what we're talking about, though. Because this episode, we want to, as we look forward to the end of the school year, we also look forward to summer.
Summer.
Yes.
It's coming.
It's coming. Summer is coming. And Adam, you were telling me that you're looking forward to doing some traveling.
Okay, yes. So, dear audience, welcome to Here Are Our Summer Plans episode.
Yes.
So yes, this week, the week that we're recording this, which is not the week we're going to release the episode, or is it, Phil?
I don't know. We can talk about that. I was just thinking about just dropping 2. I mean, we can wait.
I don't care. Whatever. Okay. So anyway, we're recording this on May 18th, 2021.
Mm-hmm.
And this is final exams week at Roberts Wesleyan College. It is a gorgeous week here in Rochester, New York, weather-wise. Just the sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the flowers are in bloom, the trees are green and lush, the lawn is growing like wild. I've had to mow it twice in the past week. So anyway, it's a gorgeous, gorgeous week here. To be stuck inside grading exams. But I won't be talking about that. Not bitter at all about being stuck inside grading exams.
Okay.
Saturday is commencement. Very exciting. We will be having 5 ceremonies at Roberts because the audience has to be so limited to accommodate for physical distancing. So faculty cannot participate in the way we normally would, and normally I would be conducting the chorale. That can't happen. Too many aerosols and too many people taking up too much room that is reserved for the very few guests that are allowed. And faculty are not marching in these commencement ceremonies. But it was very important to me to be there for the graduation of my students, so I volunteered to usher at commencement this Saturday. So I will be ushering. And then after I usher, I am going to Canada. Wow. And I am so excited about that because the last time I was in Canada was February 2020, before the border closed.
Before the pandemic.
Yes, because of COVID. And so, yeah, I'm really excited to go to Canada. As you know, Phil, I was in Toronto every other weekend before the pandemic. And so to go 14 months, 15 months without seeing my favorite city and all of my friends there has been really tough. So I will be going there. I had to apply for a special travel exemption because the border is still closed. And yeah, I mean, like there's still a chance that they won't let me in. It's always at the discretion of the border agent.
Okay.
But I mean, I have the paperwork, so I assume they'll let me in. I know I'll have my negative COVID PCR test in hand, and then I take another test at the border itself, and then I proceed to 14 days in quarantine, and then I'll be released. And so I'm going to stay another 2 weeks past my quarantine, vacation there, and just spend time with people as much as is legal. For Canada's still pretty locked down, but I'm really excited to be in Canada for a month. I will be there for 4 weeks solid. And then, are you ready for more?
Yes, I'm listening.
Okay,
I'm just gonna hold before you say more. I do have a question. Are you going to usher in your regalia? The faculty have been told we have the option to, but my plan currently
is just to wear a suit.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, that regalia is hot. It is very hot. It is heavy. It is hot. It is like it's made out of felt and
Right.
things that are not breathable fabrics.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not my idea. Like, I do not want to be like walking
Right. And
constantly in
standing.
this and looking like a clown. Really, I mean, let's be honest. So, yeah. So no, I'm just gonna try to dress nicely. Maybe I probably won't even wear a jacket. I'll probably just wear like black pants, black shirt, black tie. And I've been told I'll get a little usher badge, real official.
Oh wow! Yes, that's cool.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna feel so VIP.
Yes.
Okay, so that's my plans from now until June 19th. I'll come back on June 19th. So, do you want me to keep going, or do you want to tell us about the next month of your life? And
I guess I will take. We can take turns.
Let's
kind
do
of
that.
talking.
People are sick of my voice by this
No,
point.
I don't think that's true. But so as I've said before, my wife is pregnant with our first child.
So exciting!
Yes, a baby girl. Her name is Anais. I haven't really been able to say it much, but we had a little get together and to receive some gifts. And we announced the name there, so I think I feel like free to say the name now.
It's a beautiful name. It's a beautiful name.
It is. I gotta do some research to figure out if there is what's the etymology of the name, if there is any. But anyway, so she is due on June 5th. So like at the beginning of the month.
Yes.
So we're we're in the strike zone. So we kind of are preparing for that. And so
is that what expectant parents call it? The strike zone?
I don't think so. I don't know what they call it. But that's what I just called it.
Okay, excellent.
That's what I just got. But anyway, I'm not really a type of military person. But anyway, yeah, so we're in that time, in the time where you're just kind of like, kind of on pins and needles about that. And so then we will just, getting used to having a baby at home. Hopefully we'll be in a new home. Completely in a new home. So, so I'll also probably be still doing things to finalize our move to our new home. So that probably will take the whole month of June, if not longer.
I imagine so. Yes. I mean, I've never experienced it myself, but I've heard that newborns can be a significant event in one's life.
Yes, this will be my first experience too. So I've never experienced it firsthand either. So I've heard the same thing. I'm just my mom, she called me earlier on and she just said, "Tell Wendy to go to bed." Because that is if she is not going to bed, that can be kind of a predictor of the baby's sleep patterns. And so,
interesting.
That's what she said. And Wendy, especially early on, like she usually falls asleep way before I do, but for a few months she was staying up really late. And so I told her, I'm like, this is gonna be your fault if the baby doesn't sleep at night.
Sure, Phil, just blame her for everything.
But anyway, so yeah, we're gonna see how we sleep at night and stuff like that.
All right, but, amazing.
Yeah,
amazing. Okay, so we've made it through the end of June for you.
Yes, that's the month of June.
I will be through the rest of the month of June, like from the 19th to the end of June. My friend Sam from South Korea is coming, and it's actually his first time in the United States.
Wow.
So he's actually going to be here for like 6 weeks. And so for those 2 weeks at the end of June, I'm going to be showing him the Northeast United States. Lots of time in Rochester, because like that's where I live. But also, I'll be taking him for a day to. I'll be taking him for 3 days to New York City, a day in Boston,
Okay.
2 days in Washington D.C. Then the first full week of July, I teach at the Chehi Summer School of Music, which is outside of Philadelphia. Sam will be tagging along, and so hopefully we'll get a chance to get into Philadelphia a couple times that week so that he can see, I speak as a Pennsylvania boy now, so he can see the birthplace of American democracy, Pennsylvania. And so, yeah, I'm really excited to play tour guide to someone who has never experienced America before.
Yeah, that sounds really cool. That sounds really cool.
All right, Phil. How about your July? Or now we're into our Julys.
Yeah, I'm gonna step back. So one of the things that I've been that I started doing in January, and maybe a little bit even in the fall, I'm teaching individual students, and so I'm still contemplating how much of that I'm going to do over the summer. And especially with the new baby, so that may be trying to really consider that in earnest in July. Probably be part of my plans, but I'm keeping everything after the baby kind of open, because Adam, are you still with him? I don't know.
I'm
You
here.
look like you're froze. Okay, I
Oh
just want to make
sorry.
sure.
I was just in repose.
Okay. So so just really trying to keep everything after the baby open so that I could just be flexible. I probably will be doing things with the church that I work and the church that I attend. So maybe in the month of July, I may get involved in some VBS,
Great.
VBSs, and
Uh,
so we'll just kind of keep it open, see what happens.
Awesome. The remainder of my month of July, after I'm finished teaching at the Chehi Summer School of Music, back in Rochester for a week, and then the last 2 weeks of July, I'm so excited about this. I'll be taking Sam out west and doing this epic road trip, and a bunch of other friends are going to join in. Like when I say a bunch of other, two friends of mine from New York City are going to join us a few days into the trip. And then at the end of the trip, a few other friends who live in that area are going to join us. So like it's just really fun. People will be coming and going, and I'm planning this epic road trip. San Francisco, down the Pacific Coast Highway to LA. It's a few days in LA, then east to Joshua Tree National Park for a day, then east to the Grand Canyon for a couple of days, then northwest to Las Vegas for a day, then further northwest to Yosemite National Park for a couple of days, and then end back where we started in San Francisco. So I've actually never been to the state of California.
Really?
Really. So this will be my first time in California. And I will be a tourist, very much a tourist myself, as Sam is experiencing the culture for the first time. So I'm excited just to see California culture through his eyes. And then also great friends of mine will be joining in. So I'll get to see people, travel with people, and just really celebrate that the pandemic is coming to a close.
Yes. That sounds cool. I don't know, do you all plan to visit, I forget how far north San Francisco is, but those not Samoan trees, the big
Redwoods.
trees.
Redwoods.
Redwood trees.
Yeah, I think there are redwoods between San Francisco and Los Angeles.
Okay.
It's so I think. Oh, I'm not sure if it's like Redwood National Forest, but it is. I think there are redwoods along the drive, so I'll try to make a point to see the redwoods, and then a few days later see Joshua Tree. So yes, and then Yosemite. I've never been to Yosemite, so I'm super excited to climb El Capitan. And well, not like climb to the top. I think you have to be a pro to do that. But to see El Capitan from whatever vantage point, and I'm just I have been cooped up
Yes.
for too long, and I am so excited to get back out there. And I'm so excited to like share the experience with friends. There are two reasons. I joke with them. There are two reasons I want them along. First of all, because they're awesome people, and that's true. But second of all, because every time that you add a person to the trip to split the cost of the car and the lodging with, then you can really do it on the cheap.
Yes, you win.
Yes,
you win.
I mean, when you've got four guys traveling together, and we have established among the four of us that we really need two full beds, because the Airbnbs that are like one bed and a futon, probably we just decided that's not enough space for four guys.
Yeah. I get it. Yeah.
So we're really going all out for those hotels, not even Airbnbs, those hotels with two real beds.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. That sounds like you're really living it up.
I'm stoked. Philip Anthony Woodard, I am so excited.
I hear you, Adam Andrew Potter. I hear you. I hear the excitement, and I know you're excited. I'll just say, like, we are really looking forward to our baby, becoming a year old, because then, like, that's when we'll look to do some traveling.
Yeah.
When the baby at least is a year old. So.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that'll be great.
Yeah.
You will be a beautiful family.
Thanks. Let me ask you, like, are you looking forward to seeing something particular in Las Vegas?
No. I am so Las Vegas. Several things that you should know. The itinerary for the road trip is out of a travel book called.
Okay.
I think it's called 500 Best Road Trips in America. It's a book of road trips, and I think there are 500 of them. And it's a travel book. And so this itinerary was suggested in this book, and I love it. I love this itinerary. That we're adding 3 days to the itinerary from the book, so that, like, Joshua Tree was not in the itinerary, but we're adding that, and so anyway, yeah, we're adding an extra day at the Grand Canyon. So, but if you look at the route, Las Vegas to Yosemite is like way too far to drive in a day, and Las Vegas is in between. And it's still a big drive each day, but it is a pretty logical halfway point. And remember, I'm going to be with someone who's never been in America before, so one day in Las Vegas, so that he can have the educational experience of Las Vegas, I think is a good thing. And one of my buddies who I'm traveling with, his name is Ryan. He actually is really excited about Las Vegas. He loves Las Vegas, even though he doesn't gamble. Which,
really?
So I'm like, Ryan, I need you to show me Las Vegas through your eyes, because for me, Vegas is, and I'm sorry for any of our people from Las Vegas listening to this, but for me, Las Vegas is only good as a gateway to hiking. I cannot stand the place. It is loud, it is bright, it is neon, it is fake, it is filled with people.
Okay.
And I don't like crowds.
Right. Well, yes, that's true. There are a lot of people there. Yeah. So the hiking part, that's interesting. It's like just the walking around, just preparing to hike, huh? Is that
Well,
what
I
you're
mean,
saying?
yeah, if I had my way, no, okay, no,
Mm-hmm.
let me not even say that. If I were traveling by myself,
Mm-hmm.
then yes, I guess Las Vegas makes a good halfway point. But I would like drive to Las Vegas the night before, and then the
Get
morning
up.
after, hit the road. So instead, it will
You're
be
spending a day.
spending 2 nights in Las Vegas. Or wait, yeah, I can't remember the exact itinerary, but like we'll get there late at night after leaving the
Mm-hmm.
Grand Canyon. We'll spend the whole day in Las Vegas so that people can enjoy, the people in my group who like Las Vegas-y things can experience it, and I will be tagging along and trying not to be a jerk about how much I
How much you don't
dislike
like it?
it.
That's funny. I wonder, like I remember the one time Wendy and I have ever gone to a casino. I think she may have won $8. I think she had to play like $5, but she
But she
ended up
won
winning
eight.
eight. She won
Woo!
8.
I need to take
Yeah.
Wendy with me to Las Vegas.
So I would want to hear if you win some money. Like if you
Oh,
just
no.
you're
I
not
mean,
you're
I'm
not
fine
even.
if the people in my group
Uh
choose
huh.
to gamble. That's fine. I hope that they'll like do a table game instead of slots, because all
Yeah.
I am only going to watch. I do not make enough money to gamble it away. So I will watch other people gamble. But
Uh
if they're
huh.
playing slot machines, like that is so boring to watch. I want to watch a
Yeah.
table game and see if I can
Right.
figure out the rules, because I don't know any of
Right.
them.
Uh huh. Uh huh. So yeah, why don't we go? Let's So the month of August now and as a college professor, you really start in September basically. So
No, we're starting mid August or maybe third week of August.
okay.
But yeah, I mean, August for me is work. Back to work. As soon as I get back to Rochester, it's back to work. I'll be in the office. I probably will be choosing repertoire in August, even though I usually choose it earlier in the summer, but this summer, as I've shared, is pretty packed. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
August will probably be repertoire selection month, and that is for the best, because the performance calendar right now is still way up in the air because we just don't know
Right.
what post COVID is going to look
Gonna look
like.
like. Mm-hmm.
So by August, hopefully, I'll have a clearer idea and can make those decisions with a little bit more information. So yeah, August is work for me. Back in the office, prepping for classes, rewriting syllabi, evaluating how to do things, programming music. I'll be conducting 3 choirs next year at the college, so
Oh really?
programming for 3 choirs instead of just for one. So August is back to work for me, and I think
Right.
it's the same for you, right?
Yeah. Basically, I man, have we gotten this calendar for next year yet? I don't think we have, but I mean, um, yeah, I think, yeah, I forget, and I think the reporting day may be on my contract, but yeah, it'll be back to work, and and thinking about what worked this year and what I can
Mm-hmm.
improve on. So yeah, so are you? Because I know, and I'm looking forward to. I guess we kind of diversion, but maybe not. I look forward to celebrating Dr. Cummings, Dr.
Mm-hmm.
Grace Cummings retiring. And so the 3 choirs, does that include women's choir?
Yeah. For our listeners who don't know that name, my colleague, Dr. Grace Cummings, is retiring. She is the longtime conductor of the women's choir at Roberts
Mm-hmm.
Wesleyan College, and so yes,
Mm-hmm.
I'll be conducting the women's choir, the men's chorus, and the chorale.
Wow. Okay. So I mean, yeah. So yeah, that's gonna add to your play, but I know that will be definitely part of the process for preparing other conductors. I imagine, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, that's great. So yeah, for me, August will be, the baby will be. I guess maybe I'll share pictures of the baby growing, and
Yes.
as we go through the summer. So
Make sure
baby
you
will
share
be
them on
bigger.
Instagram since I'm no longer on Facebook.
That's true. I will have to do that. I need to
Yes.
share it on Instagram. So yeah, and then we'll be getting ready for the year. Be getting ready for the year. So hopefully my family, well, out throughout the summer, I'll have family come down from Alabama to see uh, Anais and our new home, and so so by the end of the summer, probably all of our family will have visited visited us in our new
That's
place. So
great. Oh,
yeah,
that's so great.
yeah. So
Shall we move into final segments?
yes, we shall. But I guess we should say
Oh,
um,
yes, we have an important announcement.
we do have an important announcement. So like you missed us last week, and we apologize, and I should say I apologize for that. During the summer, we are looking to go to a semi by some type of less intense schedule. I don't know, semi monthly, by month. I don't know, some type of shortened schedule. So
We
there will be fewer
plan
episodes.
over the summer. We will be we will continue recording with
Yes.
S.2 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
However, dear audience, for those of you who are still listening, we will not we're not going to pressure ourselves to
Right.
record weekly episodes
Exactly.
like we do during the academic year. So, if I'm on the road or if Phil is in the hospital delivering his daughter, we
Well,
we are going to give ourselves the grace
yes.
not to release an episode that week. So wherever you receive this podcast that feed will be updated with our new episodes as they come.
Yes.
But they will not be coming weekly.
Yes.
And they really won't even be coming on any sort of schedule. Instead of making 4 podcasts a month, we will make 3, 2, or 1. Can we commit to doing at least 1 a month, Phil?
I think that's a great place to start. I
Yes.
think
So we commit to doing at least 1
at least
episode in June, 1 in July, 1 in
in
August.
August. Yes.
But and we will, as I was telling Phil before we began, I really enjoy the excuse to log on weekly and chat with my buddy. So it's not like we are going to avoid recording an episode, but we're just going to give ourselves lots of grace to say, not this week.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, we like as you're hearing, we have a lot going on, and as we're kind of we're kind of coming to the professional side is kind of slowing down. We have lives outside of teaching. So
Imagine that. So, yes, dear audience, we will be here with you throughout the summer, just less frequently.
yes.
And then in September, I think we can muster the self-discipline to get back to our normal schedule.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Now are we ready to move on to final segments?
Yes, we are.
All right. My current event for this week, I'll just keep it brief. I am celebrating what the CDC announced about fully vaccinated people no longer needing to wear masks or physically distance. I live in New York, so as of May 18th, when we're recording this, I still need to wear a mask indoors, and I will gladly do so as long as that law remains in effect. But I am very much looking forward to the day when that law is no longer in effect.
Yes, that's great. That's great. I have a slightly more kind of serious current event. I have been kind of not really watching, but aware of the situation in Israel and Palestine, and the Gaza Strip, and it is very vexing. I mean, like every now and again I've heard this stuff, especially as an adult and someone who's become more politically aware as an adult. But I don't know. Right now, it's just kind of striking me a little bit differently. And as I kind of listen to people, listen to one particular academic talk about it, and the whole idea or importance of human rights, not just rights for this person as a citizen or against this person who's not, but humanity, that we should care about all humans and them having the equal access to everything that anyone else has. That's what I'm thinking about, and I'm praying about, and desire that for people everywhere. So yeah.
Amen. Yes. Certainly a situation to keep in prayer. It's really sad what's happening in the Middle East.
Yeah.
Phil, what did you learn this week?
What did I learn this week? I guess maybe this is an easy one. Learned that Tim was an Armenian.
Oh, I'm gonna have to grill him on that the next time I talk to him. Michelle told me this about you. I was like if she had written in her email, he's my favorite axe murderer.
Wow. Wow.
I didn't know you were an axe murderer, Tim.
Oh man, yeah, we give him a very hard time about that. What about you? What did you learn?
Well, you had told me before, but I will celebrate what our audience learned, that your little girl will be named Anais. A beautiful name for what I am sure will be a beautiful girl.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you. All right, Phil. Anything else for the good of the order?
I believe that's all.
All right. Well, dear audience, whether it be a week from now, or a month from now, or more likely between 2 and 3 weeks from now, we will look forward to our next conversation with you. So, subscribe, comment, and share.
Yes.
And I will say bye for now.
Adios.